Hello, everybody. This is Daisy X Machina, the drag queen detective who investigates all things speculative in science fiction, fantasy, and horror. And this is a Get Ready With Me, where I get into drag to film a video later today. And we have Lynette, yay! And we have Frank. Thank you both for showing up. And as usual, how is everyone's reading going this week? Let's see, for me, I finished the T. Kingfisher, what's it called? What Feasts at Night, which is a sequel to, let me look it up. What Moves the Dead. And it's not as good as What Moves the Dead, but I'm still in love with her writing and the voice and the character. And I don't suggest buying this because it's like $12 and it's a novella. But if you can get this at the library, especially the first book is well worth it, which is a retelling of the House of Usher. The second book they're both standalones. They just feature the same character. And they're like these little horror mysteries. So I hope there's more in the series, but the first one, I recommend them both, but especially the first one. And I didn't know what to pick up. I actually did read this little middle grade, which I won't mention, but I didn't know what to read. So of course, being in a mood, I picked up another Flavia de Luce novel. So I'm currently reading, I think it's book number 8 with the cat, the striped cat, something, Thrice the Brinded Cat Hath Mewed. And of course I'm loving it, but I'm like 20% into it. Anyway, reading Liar Liar by Candace Fox, but James Patterson claims credit. Is he the one that, is this like a James Patterson Presents? One of those. Lori is here. Yay. I'm still working on my last nonfiction for the contest. It is about the history of Chinese food. And Lori, we're not going to mention politics, so no politics while Lori's in the house. I am still reading There's Something Wrong with the Cats, which is fun so far. Yeah, and the one, it reminds me of that novel I recommended, the As Earth as It Is on Television, that one. Yeah, we're not going to talk about politics. Actually, I will talk about book politics because I just saw a video about the Hugo Awards by Daniel Green. And if you don't know about it, there's this big hullabaloo about how they were self-censoring themselves, the Hugo Committee, for books they thought may offend the Chinese government. It was really weird. But now there's this whole other level where they disenfranchise Chinese voters, and I don't understand it. I watched the video. I just don't understand what's going on. But I am so disappointed in, because I don't put a lot of credit, but I do feel that the Hugo Award is a prestigious award for science fiction and fantasy or speculative books. So I'm just so disappointed with what happened last year. But I've always said I found the Nebula Awards more prestigious insofar that the voters of the Nebula Awards are always are writers. So it's like it's awarded by your peers or by the writer's peers. So that seems to me to have more cachet, but I guess the Hugo has been around longer. And it's always had trouble with being able to be gamed because remember the, what's his name? Chuck Tingle had one of his satire porno books nominated for some shenanigans from the voters. And I guess since it's gone through COVID so that you can just be online now, you still have to submit an entry fee or whatever, but it used to just be anyone at the convention can vote, but now that you can vote online, I guess there's more chance for shenanigans. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I just hope they figure it out next year because I do think the Hugos mean something. Yes, don't run away. I finished Exit Strategy, which is one of the books I got. Oh, and your Advent Mystery. Oh, only 3 out of 5. That's disappointing. Doesn't surprise me the Chinese government has its finger in every pie now. But here's the thing, Frank. It wasn't the Chinese government. The Hugo, the idiots running the Hugo Awards just decided for themselves that they should start censoring. Yes, porno. It's Chuck Tingle. I forget the name of the book that was nominated for the Hugo, but but he has since written books like "My Hugo Award Got Into My Butt" or something like that. So I've been saying that I should read a Chuck Tingle book and review it on the channel, but erotica is like the last category I'm interested in, but it's still speculative, and it's a satire, so maybe it'll be funny. I don't know. I just haven't girded my mind enough to read a Chuck Tingle book. Yeah, look up Chuck Tingle. Finished Madhouse at the End of the World, which is about the 1897-1899 Belgian Antarctic expedition. They were the first to overwinter in the Antarctic because their ship became icebound. Oh, wow. So they didn't have a choice. Okay, so I'm going to do some makeup. Let's better get started. I was going to do red, but then I got this Wet n Wild lipstick for like $3, which is blue. But I just did a blue look last week, but who really keeps track of my looks? So maybe I'll do blue and with a red or pink cut crease. So, okay, that's what I'm going to do. And I grabbed a red wig. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, the Hugo Awards. Basically, my understanding is you just have to, it used to be just, they're like from the science fiction fandom originally. And now and you have to be at there used to be, you have to be at the convention. But other awards, like I know the Locust, you had to subscribe to their magazine to to vote in their awards. And I wish I understood more of what was going on with the Chinese government. Not Chinese government, but Chinese voters being disenfranchised. Okay, so let's. Okay. Now, granted, I just found all this out by a Dan Green video, which was just based on one person's blog post. I guess I was investigating the Hugo thing. So, just a little disclaimer. Okay. Okie dokie. So the video I wanted to film today was I wanted to do something not book related. So I wanted to do maybe this series on like television shows that aren't all that well known. So I wanted to do one on Sapphire and Steel. I've been rewatching a few of the episodes. It's such a good show, but it is so cerebral. Um, enough so that I'm kind of, I don't know if a modern audience could really get into it, but I've been trying to think of other little known shows. Like we all know Blake Seven. I'm thinking, should I rewatch all of Blake Seven just to do a video on it? But probably not. I probably don't need to do that unless I'm going to do like recaps of all the seasons, which I'm not planning on doing. And I don't know if it's not well known or not, but I think it's more well known. But Space 1999, and I have a soft spot for that show. Mostly because I remember being a big fan of the old Mission Impossible with Barbara Bain and Michael Landau, who would get married in real life, but was also the stars of Space 1999. Daisy, I have a spreadsheet with your various looks record. Oh, you do? I want to see that. Oh my gosh, Lori, how embarrassing. There's no live stream next. Yay! CS spin, spin, spin. Yeah, there's no live stream next week. Some friends are coming over, and we're going to see Madonna. And Hugo leaders will not let their Chinese. No, no, it's not. Yeah. See, I don't know enough about this. I think it's the Hugo votes were cast, I guess, from the attendees and the Chengdu convention. And the organizers of the Hugos, the American and Canadian organizers, threw out hundreds, if not thousands, of votes by the Chinese attendees. That's what I think happened. Mountain in the Sea. It's the same guy who wrote The Tusks of Extinction. Is that science fiction book? Evie's here. Yay. Thank you for joining us, Evie. Yay. And Lex is here. Hey, Lex. Thank you for joining us. Mountain in the Sea is about a species of intelligent octopi or octopuses that have their own language and culture. I am doing great, Evie. So another YouTuber is no longer with us. Review it. I'm all right. Just enjoy my king cake that my mom sent from New Orleans. Now, I've never been into the king cakes, but I'd always be worried that I would get the baby and bite into it and break my teeth. When I was a kid, loved a Saturday morning show called Fireball XL5 with puppets. Does anyone remember Andromeda? Yeah, I remember Andromeda with, I want to say Hercules, the Hercules actor. Gosh, I'm picturing him, but I can't figure out the name. Okie dokie. Okay, so what am I doing? Okay, I'm doing red. I'm doing blue, and I want to do a red lid because I did all blue last week. And I had this blue lipstick I wanted to try. Okay. I'm overthinking it. And I'm trying to do a deeper cheek contour because it's not really showing up on videos and pictures. But anyway. I think I'm going to deepen this. Kevin Sorbo, thank you. Yes, he was on Andromeda. Reading Gardens of the Moon I love that book. I could not finish, I've said this so many times, but I couldn't get through all of the Malazan books, but I really liked the first couple books. The first one's Gardens of the Moon and Titus Grown by Mervyn Peake. I'm not a big Mervyn Peake fan. I find his writing really difficult to get through. Don't run away, Lori. No, Eve, you read sci-fi too, don't you? I am reading nonfiction called Invitation to a Banquet about Chinese food throughout history. Yeah, I know Evie reads science fiction because the book you gave me was sci-fi, which I really recommend. Simon Jimenez, his debut book, Vanished Birds, maybe. Okay, so what am I doing? What am I doing? Getting black. Oh, and I'm reading a Flavia Deleuze mystery. I know I say speculative, detective, science fiction, fantasy, and horror, but Flavia Deleuze is a mystery, and I just really love that character in the writing. And the only reason I found Flavia was because of people here on this live stream. And I kind of wanted to read a few more mysteries, but I mean, I have not had good luck with Shove It or Shove It. The first 2 months were really rough because I ended up DNFing the Womb City. And I did look on Goodreads. I was like, am I being gaslit? Am I really, really wrong? Is this actually a good book? But it has not gotten great reviews on Goodreads either. And what was the first book? Oxygen Farmer was okay, but it's like 3 stars. I don't think I would recommend Oxygen Farmer. And this week I'll release the Shove It or Shove It for March. And hopefully I will enjoy that book more. Okay, I'm going to go in with red. As a cut crease. There it is. Looking for the red primer. And yeah. Yes, Evie reads a bit of everything. Also reading the Iliad in the midst of the final. Oh, I like that. I really like the final architecture trilogy, which is Tarkovsky. Hard sci-fi, and I want to read his Children of Time book. There's just so little time in the. Yeah, Vanished Birds. Oh, you got to interview the author. Oh, Evie, I'm gonna have to look up Evie's channel and look up that interview. I wanted to see that interview. Had to read the Iliad twice, but loved the Odyssey. I want Chinese. Oh, we just tried out a new Chinese restaurant last night. Me and my husband Dennis. Always hungry while reading it. Yellowface was pretty good, but a little overpraised. You should read the Dr. Siri series set in Cambodia. He has a coroner mystery with some supernatural. I think you recommended that to me before. Actually, I really need to get some new sci-fi and mystery books. Anyone have any recommendations? Adrian Tarkovsky, the Final Architecture series. I really did enjoy that book we're just talking about, The Vanished Birds by Simon Jimenez. I wasn't a big fan of his second book, but it was a fantasy, and not because the writing wasn't terrific, because it was, but just because the experimenting with the structure I couldn't get into. Anyway, but Vanished Birds, Midsolar Murders, yes. If you like sci-fi and mystery, I'm sorry, Midsolar Murders. What am I thinking? Yeah, the first 2 books are out. But I am writing down the Dr. Siri. Where should I put that? Dr. Siri. Number 1 is The Coroner's Lunch. Okay. Oh, it has little cats on the cover or something. That's a really cute cover. Anyway, so I'm marking it so I don't forget it, like I forget things. Okay, I'm going to cut my crease. And Okay. And away we go. Oh, anyway, Space 1999. Real, I think that's like not really a unknown book series. I think most people know it, but I may do a video on it anyway. Anyone else like the old Mission Impossible? The one from the 60s I'm talking about? I was just fascinated by the Barbara Bain character. She played a Cinnamon, I guess they called her like a femme fatale, but she was like the actor in the group or the spy master or whatever, the one that acted a part. Because each member of Mission Impossible had sort of their role. Uh, Martin Landau was the master of disguise. Um, they had one that was like the electrician or the electronics expert. Then they had like a strongman. I don't know why they needed a strongman, but and I've always been disappointed in the movies, the Tom Cruise movies, because it became one of the things I liked about the Mission Impossible was the group dynamics, sort of the team of experts, and they had that in the first, I guess, Tom Cruise movie where he's like putting together his team, but it was really the Tom Cruise show. It wasn't the. Okay, I'm getting a little lost here. Oh, sure, yes, Tepper. Gate to Women's. I know I've read something by Tepper because I'm sure I have, but that's an older name, I believe. Wasn't she like from the 80s, Sirius Tepper? Read Chasing the Boogeyman, though I'm not sure I'd recommend it. It's metafiction. Oh, Love Old Mission Impossible. The new miniseries Shogun starts on the 27th. Yeah, I want to see that too, Lynette. Bane was the sex appeal. Barney was the tech nerd. Yeah. I'm not a Tom Cruise fan. Cruise is not about group dynamics. It's all about him. Crew with Reacher was ridiculous. Love the new Top Gun. Yeah, I didn't catch the new Top Gun. I mean, I don't actively dislike Tom Cruise. And I actually appreciate his, or maybe his agent's, choices. Like, I think he's done some, like the Minority Report. I think a couple of those science fiction movies he's done is pretty good. But he's very much a one note actor. I mean, he plays this one role or one personality well, which is Tom Cruise. And but he doesn't have like really, in my opinion, much of a range as an actor. Okay, so I think I want to put on some. This is all primer, by the way. I should have thought this through. Okay. I'm going to use this kimchi. But first, oh man, I should have put on the eyeliner first. Oh well. Gonna. Okay. The only Cruise movie I liked was Edge of Tomorrow. You didn't like Minority Report? Uh, he does not have charisma as someone like Nicholson or the great Hollywood actors of old. Reread Shogun a couple years ago. The original miniseries followed the book very closely. I like the original miniseries because I like, what's his name? Richard Chamberlain is on par with Keanu Reeves, but Reeves is far more likable in real life. Yeah. Yeah, Reeves does not have, and I love Keanu, does not have the range. But when he gets the role that his range fits in, he's really good. Like in The Matrix, I thought he was terrific. And if you've never seen my own private Idaho with River Phoenix, amazing, amazing performance by everyone. Oops. Okay. Yeah, I really wish they had Barbara Bain in that first on the Tom Cruise reboot. I remember thinking that. I was like, oh man, at least she could be like the voice on the recorder or something. But anyway. Okay, so now I should have done this first, but now I'll do the eyeliner. Bruce was just okay and Much Ado About Nothing. Oh, if you want to see a terrible Keanu Reeves performance, Dracula, the one with Winona Ryder, where he played Harker, the guy that eats the bugs, um, and he tried to do this English accent. It's really bad. Yeah, Overdose. I think he was quite talented. Yeah, yeah, I believe so. The first Cruise IMF movie. Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, who knows what great performances we'll never see because he died so young. River Phoenix. Okay. Um, it's gonna go with the black chroma cake, and we'll see. I feel like this eyeliner's running out of ink. Okay. But there's one show that's in that Blake 7, Sapphire and Steel, Space 1999. Actually came a little earlier, but I never could get into it. Maybe I was too young. I don't know. But it's UFO. Has anyone seen that series? Because I remember I did see a few episodes in the 70s, and I like the women with the purple hair or whatever, but for some reason I couldn't get into the show. But maybe I can as an adult. Okay. Okay. Should see Brando's fake accident and Mutiny on the Bounty. Hilarious. Worst accent ever. Kevin Costner, Robin Hood. You didn't even try for an English accent. I remember that. Well, I was a big fan of. I haven't seen that Yellowstone show. I've heard it's good. I usually hate it when an American tries to do an Australian accent. The Australian accent is one of the hardest for Americans to do. I the other thing is like shrimp on the bar. I can't even try it, but shrimp on the Barbie are those. It's the only thing I know Americans try as a Australian accent. I'm terrible at accents. There have been so many. Yeah. Oh gosh. I think it was just called UFO. I think the series was called UFO, and it was BBC, not BBC, but well, yeah, BBC, 60s. Okay, Lori. Used to be able to tell the difference easily between Brit and Aussie accents, but can't now. Oh, Earth, the Final Conflict. Watched it years ago, but barely remember anything about it. That's the one that was based on a premise by Gene Roddenberry, I believe. And yeah, I don't remember much about it, but I believe the aliens that come and visit were like androgynous, which I thought was really cool. Okay. Oh, what did I do? Oh, that was bad. Okay, I better. That's not what I wanted. Okay, now I'm going to put on this duochrome that Wilma Fingerdew gave me. I've tried the purple, the and the blue and this gold, so but I want to try this red. The only thing is, it's just so thick. Sometimes it messes up the shadow underneath, but it's not really. And man, I'm just using so many brushes. I wanted to. Yeah, if you can't really see the difference of what I'm doing in this video, I think it will show up when I actually film a video. And okay. And I do want to. Okay. This is what we're going to go with. Okay. I am going to add the most chunky glitter on top just to hopefully that will catch the light. Okay. Okay, missed a lot of comments. I'm not sure who was in it. I had totally forgotten about it until my friend said she had misplaced the first season. Can't imagine. I know, we've gotten so used to the internet. It's hard to go back. May have been on the net for the last 25 years. People lived without indoor plumbing. I know people lived crazy without indoor plumbing, without the internet. Oh my goodness. Very cold last night. Wanted to be sure it all still started okay. Sunzi, hey Sunzi, fish orange wide eyes. We got the net into the 2000s. Family friend gave us his old laptop. We had a couple of days of summer during the week, mid 30s or 90s Fahrenheit. Yipes. Oh, but you're reversed from us, so yeah. Yeah, our summer is your winter. 17 is chilly. Okay, so I'm going to so should I do blue lipstick? Actually, I think I should do red lipstick. Well, let me put on a liner. I'll do blue lipstick. I mean, that's a lipstick police going to come after me. Okay, I'm going to put on a dark blue liner. Is anyone watching RuPaul's Drag Race? Or am I the only one? Okay, so this lipstick says it's limited edition, wet and wild. I got it for $3. I should have thought about removing this packaging before this video started. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So it's kind of a light blue. Oh, it's very light. Might have to let it dry and do another coat. Because it feels like it's kind of sheer. Maybe not. I guess this really doesn't go with this eye makeup, but oof. That was a bit much. Okay, let's. I don't know why my stomach's growling. I don't feel hungry. Okay, I'm going to do a second coat. Okay. I am the lipstick police. Lori, that should be your new handle, the lipstick police. Oh, enjoyed the Afrofuturism. Oh, thank you. Afrofuturism video. Maybe I should read more books in that subgenre. Yeah, and it wasn't really planned to be for like Black History Month, but it just once I did the Octavia Butler, it's like, oh, I should do Afrofuturism because I didn't know that much about it. Because I didn't know anything differentiating it from African futurism, which is what Nnedi Okorafor branched out from. And I never heard of this guy, Martin Delaney, until I started researching. And he's an interesting person. Oh shoot. I don't have any paper towels. I may have to run out to get some paper towels before I put gloves on. Okay. I do think put a little. So I think this is the final look. I do need to put on eyelashes. I just want to run to grab some paper towels because I don't want to put my gloves on with this. Okay. Do anyone ever like the, I'm thinking of that final mission, but there was another show back in the 90s, or was it the 80s, called V. I guess that was the 80s. With people dressed like, or this alien population that had these human skins, but underneath they were reptiles. They would eat guinea pigs. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to go with this. This is my look. I don't think the blue lips really go, but I kind of like it. Lori likes the blue, yay. Indigenous futurism on your TBR, some African futurism, but no Afrofuturism. Yeah, there's some authors being thrown around like P. DeJelly Clark. I do want to read something by that author, but I haven't gotten around to it. The Unkindness of Ghosts. I like the title. Not sure about that lip color. Could tell you some very funny stomach noise stories. You downloaded the Martin Delaney book. It only cost about $1. Yeah, I was actually trying. I thought it would be on like Martin, on Project Gutenberg, but it wasn't. And that university link I had was only the first part. It wasn't the first and second part. And it seems obviously it's beyond copyright laws, but it's funny that it's hard to find. And unfortunately, the last 6 chapters are nowhere, unless someone finds copies of that of the magazine it was published in. Those chapters have been lost. Stuff under the eyes. Okay, yes, I need to do lashes. Some people think reptilian people are. Oh, yeah, that's true. The lizard people. Yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't great, and it was. It had a pretty one note premise. Um, but that was the days where just any type of science fiction was you had to watch it because there just wasn't anything else. And forget about fantasy. There's no fantasy in the. I guess is how you would define fantasy, but no high fantasy in probably not till the 2000s. Stop it, phone. Now I turned this off. Why is it? Oh no, I didn't. Okie dokie. I think this is a final look. Today's look is ethereal. I know V had that super hot Brazilian actress playing the leader. Oh yeah, she was so good. She was really good. She was real campy. She knew what she was doing. Oh, you kind of like it now, Daisy, the lipstick? Well, I put on the duochrome to give it a little shine. Okay, so the wig I got, well, let me put on some jewelry. I just grabbed some basic pearls. Oh, shoot. Okay, I need to grab some different earrings because these fell apart. Not quite the earrings I imagined, but I guess I'll do. See, I grabbed this red wig. I guess it really needs a blue wig. But there's no lavender. It would go with the wig I wore last week, but so what do you think? Oh, you like the purple wig? Okay, we shall go with it. Okay, this is the final look. So we did this red, pink cut crease. There is some purple in the eyes and lots of blue. And yeah, I like this blue lipstick, especially with the duochrome on it. Thank you, Lynette. Kind of Dolly Parton, new wave. Hey, Sunzi. Brennan says, oh, so this is my sister. Brennan says, you look fire. Okay, guys. Yeah, there will be no live stream next week because I'll be seeing Madonna. And today I'm going to be hopefully filming a Sapphire and Steel video. And this week I'll release the Shove It or Shove It for March. Okay, guys, thank you for being here. Hope to see you in 2 weeks. And until then, may all the books you read be blessed.